Okay, hello friends, welcome to BISP Solutions and myself Ashwin. And BISP Solutions is a tech company that provides technological solutions across the world. Now, so far we have completed 17 days of business analysis case studies. Yesterday we have seen, let me show you this. Okay, so yesterday we have seen the use case, the user stories, how they are prepared, right? And before that we have discussed so many documentations. Now today we are going to see the requirement analysis, requirement traceability matrix. This is also a type of document which is created during the project, right? So this is also a type of document. Now requirement traceability matrix. Okay, now this requirement traceability matrix, as the name tells you that requirement, how many requirements are completed. We have to trace that exactly how many requirements are completed, how many requirements are still pending. All these things are managed in requirement traceability matrix. It's not tracker. Tracker is something different, right? Tracker means like which person is doing what task and which task is under what phase and how many days are completed during that task. So that is different. This is requirement traceability matrix. Let me show you the definition. A requirement traceability matrix is a document that maps and traces user requirements with functional specifications, right? Design, development, test cases and final deliverables. It ensures that each requirement is addressed and validated at every stage of project. For example, suppose if the user requirement is something like this: first the sales purchase order will be created, after that the approval stage will be there. So out of two higher authorities, anyone can be able to approve that document, and after that, once it is approved, then only item receipt and the invoice process takes place. So this is called a complete requirement. And every step of this requirement, for example, purchase order creation without any error, then approval, pending approval should be visible on the form if it is if the pending approval routing is based on some conditions, right? So the button approval pending should be visible there, and after that, once it is approved, then again it should be it should show that approved label. Then once it is approved, then receipt option should be there. So all this, every stage should be completed. That is called requirement traceability matrix. Now let me introduce you. RTM stands for requirement traceability matrix, a document that maps each business requirement to functional requirement, design element, test cases, development tasks and defects, if any. Now let me explain you this. For example, I am taking only one requirement, that is purchase, P2P, purchase to procure. Now in completion of this complete requirement, right, they have given me some requirements, right, related to approval routing. They want 3-layer approval routing. So in this, functional requirement will be checked that okay, functional requirement is okay. Then we will see design elements. Okay, the form is designed as per the requirement. That is called design elements. Okay, then test cases, how many test cases are created on that. For example, in our tomorrow session we will see unit test case and unit test script in our tomorrow session, right? So here test cases, right now I will just give you the overview how many test cases are developed are created for this particular RTM document. Okay, then development task, is the data traveling according to the requirement. For example, if suppose there is a condition, if the purchase order total amount is greater than $15,000, then it should be ask for the approval, and if it is below 10,000, then it should be automatically approved. So that is called development aspect. So we need to check whether it is developed as per the requirement. Okay, Then if there is any error or there is any bug, then it should also be mentioned, right? Many times what happens, the bugs might be from through the development aspect, or they might be from any type of technical fault, any type of bug is there, so you have to mention that. Then ensure complete coverage, nothing is missed. That is what I am trying to explain you. Everything should be covered. For just take only one module, P2P. Now how this P2P will be ensured that okay, this complete module is designed and developed as per the requirement. So we have to do all these things. For example, what type of design they want in the purchase order. Let me explain you step by step. So let's come here. Okay, we will discuss this later on. Let me come here, right? For example, we are taking the example of P2P. Okay, create PO. Then are the form count fulfilled? For example, there are 7 purchase reps, and every person needs a different form. So are the form count fulfilled? Then design aspect, is the design and fields are given or customized as per the requirement, right? Then third point, any validation given, then fulfill it. Okay, then we will see test cases. Okay, so test cases to test the P2P module. Then development, how the output will be, shown, right? So everything is shown here, right? So everything is covered, nothing is missed. Maintained by business analyst or the QA lead. See, this thing is maintained by business analyst normally, or the quality assurance, because suppose if you ask me to develop and design and develop a purchase to procure, so I will note down each and everything, and each and everything will be tested, and in this way complete P2P requirement traceability matrix will be created for P2P. Now it depends on the requirement whether you can insert all the modules in one document, or you can do it like this way, every document one separate document for each module. Okay, so this is how this RTM requirement traceability matrix is working. Okay, now see why RTM is critical in project. Okay, so the question is why it is very important. See, tracks whether all requirements are implemented and tested. See, whenever the very first document is VRD, then solution architecture document, then the functional design document, but after this functional design document the requirement is shown in that, right? And then we design the use case and user stories, everything is fine, but this RTM document, it ensures each and every step. For example, if the purchase order is created, then is it created, then what type of form is the standard form associated with a purchase order form, because there is one standard form, standard purchase form, and remaining all the customized form, right? So what type of form is made standard form there. Then after preparation of the purchase order, whether it is behaving according to the requirement, for example if the amount is greater than 50,000, right? So these are the steps. Now helps during UAT. Now see, this requirement traceability matrix helps you during the UAT also. UAT means user acceptance testing. Now when we are taking the acceptance, okay sir, we have designed this and that, and it is working according to you. Now suppose if any employee or any SME or any stakeholder raise an objection that no, this thing is not what we have given you. Now in that case, this RTM document will help us. What happens when RTM, when we were developing and developing the functioning of our complete P2P process, we were maintaining the RTM document, and we have shown you that RTM document also, and you have given us the sign off. Now you are raising the objection for the new requirement. So in that case, it will help us during the UAT. System testing. Now system testing also same thing. When the tester will test the system, now look at this, here it is written maintained by business analyst and QA lead. See, this document will be shared with the quality assurance, or we can say the testing department head. Okay, now system testing, while he will do the system testing, he will refer the document. Okay, this thing is meant for this particular task, and that thing is done for particular task. So he will test it very thoroughly, right? Then go live readiness. Now once you have done this, right? So if this RTM is completed, it means you are ready for go live, because you are working according to the RTM document, requirement traceability matrix. If there are 5 steps in the purchase order, right? Purchase order creation, check for approval, then take the approval, take the if it is rejected, what will happen, if it is approved, what will happen, and if the amount is less than that particular range, then what will happen. So once we complete all these requirements, that means we are ready. It shows our readiness for go live. Okay, so this is how this RTM document is prepared. Now provide visibility for developers. Now see what happens. Developers, they don't communicate directly with the client, right? As we all know, the developers, they don't directly communicate with the client. They directly communicate with nobody. They just communicate with their functional team lead and their technical team lead and the business analyst. This is their range of communication. Otherwise they will not directly communicate with the client. Now how they will do their work, scripting work. So developer will also see this document, right? This document will be shared with the developers also. Then testers, yes, testers also use this document only. Okay, each and every module, each and every step, each and every stage is written in that document. Then project manager will also review that document, because that document shows you each and everything, that how many steps will be there from PO creation till the payment is done, right? Then the clients also, yes, client will also review this document. The reason is that if the client is able to see this document in the beginning, before the technical team starts working on that document, so in that case the client can easily point out, okay, what things are written, what things are not written, so he can easily point out. But once if you don't share this client this RTM document with the client, then in that case what happens after the completion of the project, or not project, that particular module scripting, and if the client says any raise any objection, in that case you don't have any choice, you have to follow him. Again the time and the efforts will be used, right? So that is why this essential, these are the things. Now next point is essential in regulating industries, regulated industries. See, this is essential because see, in big large scale industries, these are the very common documents which are used in daily practices, right? So this, whatever we are learning here, like requirement traceability matrix, this is not a new thing. In big companies, in very large scale companies, it is very common practice. Okay, now how RTM is prepared, how this requirement traceability matrix is prepared. Okay, now let's discuss on this, how this RTM is prepared. Collect requirements first. First of all, during discovery workshop with the client, the very first meeting that is held with the client, that is called discovery meeting. In technical language we call it as discovery meeting. In that we show them that this is the NetSuite and what your requirements are, all these things we discuss. First I will show them my product, and then when they get ready, then we ask them to purchase the instance. Okay, now after that, collect requirement during the discovery workshop with the client. Assign IDs, unique ID to each requirement for traceability. This is required normally. If you are good in documentation task, you don't need this, because if you are using MS Word, then also it's okay. And if you are using Excel sheet, and if you are, there are so many steps in that, so in that case you have to assign the ID. For example, PO creation, PO CR1, then PO approval, PO APPR2, like this. We have to assign the task and assign the ID for every step. Okay, that means PO creation, then PO check, PO approval status. Once if required approval, then what will happen? If not required, then what will happen? Okay, assign the IDs. Okay, now it is fine. Link to design and specifications. Reference functional and technical specifications for each requirement. Reference. Now see, functional, you have to take two documents side by side. One is functional requirement and the technical specification, right? Requirement you know very well, P2P automation. Now you have to see the functional document. Functional document says that this two-layer approval is required, right? Two-layer approval is required. Then technical specification document will say that okay, you have to use the workflow for this two-layer approval. So in this way you have to keep these two documents side by side. One is the functional document, another is the technical specification document. Then link test cases. Link test cases. Now the same document, now see, link when I talk about the link to design and link to design specification, link test cases, that means you have to, first of all the documents are kept in the SharePoint, right? Keep this in mind. There should be somewhere on the cloud a space, and the infrastructure is created for all these type of documents, right? It is not something like Peter is having this document in his Google Drive. No, there is a common space or the infrastructure prepared in SharePoint or somewhere in the cloud space, right? Then there you have to put that and take the link of each and every document. They should be handy, otherwise there will be so many documents moving here and there. So keep always one document, one copy on a cloud, right, or the drive. Okay, then link test cases. Ensure each requirement is tested. See, the test case scenario will be created, test case document, right? It ensures that each and every module or each and every step is working properly. Okay, link test cases, then track statuses, mark implementation and testing status regularly. You have to put there the testing status also, how many times it is tested, right? After that, review with stakeholders. Regularly update and review RTM during UAT and go live preparation. Review with stakeholders means, for example, suppose if I am a business analyst. Now I am a business analyst and my team has completed the half of the part of P2P, half part of P2P. So it's my duty to share all this development with the client and the stakeholders. The reason is that many times, see, our task is to make the task easy for the client or make the things easy for the world. So you have to I have to communicate with the stakeholder, and that stakeholder will also check from his side, and once he said okay, then only things will move ahead, right? It is in this IT field or the implementation task, it is not like that we have developed this, now work this and adapt yourself with this. No, we have to make the things very, very clear in front of the stakeholders that this is what we have developed so far, whether it is a very we have come up to 50% only. So you have to mention that still right now it is only 50% done, but please check this functionality so that we can move ahead. If anything goes right, then don't reply, otherwise you can send the reply also on the email. So this is how we communicate, we share each and everything with the client and the stakeholders, right? So now again let's have a recap. Collect information first, collect requirement, assign the IDs for every requirement, then link to design specification, right? That how the design will look like. Once it is done, that means the complete project takes place, is coming into shape. Then we will mark implementation and testing status regularly. Review with stakeholders. So you have to communicate with the stakeholders and take the review with the stakeholders. Now, key components of an RTM. Now this is the most important, right? Now you can see here, just give me a second, just a second. Yes, now I am back. Okay, now you can see here key components of the RTM. Now these are the, let me just a second. Now look at this. Okay, it looks much better. Oh, just a second. You can see now. I am showing you some. This is just a sample, right? This is just a sample. This is not like a test case scenario. That is a different thing, right? UAT we will discuss tomorrow. Requirement ID R001. Requirement description: create a custom approval workflow for PO. That's it. Function specification: this is the document in which the functional specification is given. Design reference: this is the document, design reference document. right? What type of design is this? That is why I was telling you that keep 2-3 documents side by side. Okay, then development status. What is the development status? Right now this is not testing status, this is development status. It is completed. Okay, then test case ID, this is called TC1001, right? And then the UAT status, that is now test case ID. Now you have to open another UAT testing document, that is also an Excel sheet, that I will discuss with you tomorrow. Okay, so this is called a test case ID. Now test case ID will be tested by the user, client, and the quality assurance team also, right? And then UAT status, what is the UAT, whether they have accepted or done, right? And remark is workflow approved. That means what is the requirement, where the functional specification is given, what is the design specification is given, and where is our development status, whether it is completed, in progress, or whatever. You can write one more, number of resources deployed on this, that is also one more column. Now you can see here, see requirement ID, requirement description, right? Functional specification ID, design document, development task or development status, test case ID, status, remark. See, the wordings might be different, but normally the structure remains the same, right? So that is why I am telling you. See here, what we have to deploy, this is what we have to deploy, develop. Then to develop this, where is the functionalities? So this is the document, go and watch this document. Now where is the design document, from where you have got the idea of designing? So this is the document also, another document, version 1. Then development status, where is the development status? Your developers are working, yes, it is completed. And now how will I test it? Then again one UAT document is there, go to that document and find this TC_001 and do the testing. After that, once it is done, then we will do it like passed or pending, whatever, and finally the result is workflow approved. Okay, so this is called requirement traceability matrix. Now you can see here R002 add GST field in vendor bill form. Okay, fine. Then this is for adding a field, but in which form? So functionality specifications document, that how it will behave after adding the GST field. Okay, so in which form we have to add the GST field? That is design reference, design specification document. So we will get the idea exactly where it has to be done. And then what is the development status? Okay, then test case ID, UAT testing status, that is pending, need user validation. Now see what is to be, look at this. Okay, fine, what is to be developed, and then just a second. What is to be developed? Then what we will do, what is to be developed, how it functions, where it is mentioned. So this is the document where it is mentioned, here it is mentioned. Okay, how it functions, where it is mentioned. So this is the document. How it looks like, how the task should look like. Task should look like means whatever is given to you, so whatever you are developing, how it should look like. Okay, then what is your status, what's the development. Is the work done? Okay, is the work done? Yes or no? Test case ID. Where should I go and what to check? Which document should be referred? And what to check? So it says that go to the test case document, unit test document, see this requirement test case ID TC001 and check it, right? Then put the result by client here, and what's the final output? Final remark. That's it. This is all about the requirement traceability matrix. What is to be developed? This is to be developed. How it functions, where it is mentioned in this document. Open this document, you will get to know how it will function, how it functions, how the task should look like, how the module, anything you can say. Go to this document, check it. Okay, then is the work done? Development status. I am telling about development status. Yes, it is done. Which document should be referred and what to check? So go to unit test document or test case document, go there, find this ID and then check it. Put the result by client here, what the client has done, whether it is pass or fail, right, according to the client. And finally, what is the final remark by the client or the final decision taken by the management, that is workflow approved, right? Second, again same, GST field vendor bill form. This is the what is to be developed. How it functions, where it is mentioned, where it is mentioned that how it functions, where it is mentioned. Look at like this, where it is mentioned that where the functionality is mentioned, in which document functionality is mentioned. Right, in which document functionality is mentioned. So you will give the idea, okay, in this document go and check the functionality, first read the document, how the task should look like, right? So how whatever I am developing, how it looks like, so design specification is also given to you. Then development status, is your work done, completed, in progress, whatever. Test case ID, which document should be referred and what to check. So unit test document will be referred and this TC_001 to be checked. Put the result by the client here, is the UAT status successful, whatever UAT, and then the remark, what is the final, right? So it becomes more easier for you to understand, right? Now see here again, and headers could be different, but this is the basic structure. Now optional column. Now see here, optional column, here comes like priority, these are the optional column. Module, that is P2P, right? Module, that is P2P. Priority, module, owner, and the comments or notes. That's it. This is the final. This is, you can call it as remark also, the final comment or note. Okay, so see, whenever you work on documentation, you have to use your own intelligence and also the past history. Based on past history, you can make decisions that what should be entered in the document. Okay, now you can see here priority. These are some additional columns, optional columns. Either you can put them or you can do one more thing, tested by, or validated by, right? You can put the name also. Okay, so now this is how the requirement traceability matrix is developed. Now types of requirement traceability matrix in RTM, right? So type of traceability, forward traceability. Now there is one forward traceability. Okay, so what is this forward traceability? Requirement design development test cases ensures that each requirement is delivered. Okay, fine. Second is backward traceability. What is this backward traceability? Backward traceability means test case and the requirement. That means whatever you have tested, really it is given in the requirement also. So ensure that test cases are aligned with original needs. So whatever you have tested, you have to check it whether the same thing is required or we are going in any other direction. Bidirectional traceability, combination of both, ideally in complex ERP or agile implementation. Okay, so this is called, these are the types of traceability in matrix in RTM. Okay, now let's see. We have seen here forward traceability means what is required. We have done the same, we have designed the same, and then we have developed the same, and the test case is also written based on the requirement. That is called forward traceability. Backward means whatever we have tested, is it written in the BRD or the requirement document? That is also traceability. And then bidirectional traceability. Now bidirectional means combination of both, ideally in complex ERP or agile implementation. Okay, so these are called the three types of traceability. Now let's move ahead. Sample RTM workthrough, NetSuite scenario, and then example, auto approval of sales order greater than 50,000. Now see here, RQT1 requirement 1001, approve SO greater than 50,000 before shipping. Functional ID is FR001. Functional ID, then the development, okay, development reference, then test case TC005, and what is the status. Okay, that is why this is just a second. So this is the very sample give. I am giving you the sample. Now let's talk about the business requirement. Here is one more example I am giving you. Business requirement RQ001, functional specification FR001, design. Now design, you will see workflow rules in suite flow, then test case TC005, creates SO and verify approval. Functional specification is FR001. Now see, RQ001, functional requirement is FR001, test case is TC005, after that status is completed and tested. That's it. Okay, now business requirement. Let me show you this. Look at this. This is the business requirement, right? Business requirement. Functional specification is this, then design workflow rule, here is this, then you will see the test case TC005 create SO and verify approval. So here is, I will do that first, and once it is done, completed. Okay, TC005 test case, and once the sales order is completed from sales order is completed, then we check for test case. Okay, after that status is completed and tested. Then here we comes. Okay, here we comes how to create and maintain RTM. Again the same thing, how to create and maintain the RTM. Now first of all, creation, I have explained you how to create. Tools to be used: Excel, Google, Jira, Confluence, NetSuite. Specification: use saved searches for tracking script status versus BRD. There are so many things. Then best practices. Best practices is start RTM early from BRD FRD stage. Yes, this is the best practice. Start RTM early only. Okay. Just hold on. Yes. So now what are the best practices? Best practices are that you should develop the documents. You should develop the documents parallelly, right? Side by side. Because once you completed the BRD, once you completed the FRD, at the same time you should start for RTM, requirement traceability matrix. Then update regularly, sync with sprints and the UAT. Now update regularly means whatever the item or whatever the block or whatever the construction, right, whatever the project related task, right, whatever the project related task, they should also be updated. Keep IDs consistent, right? You have to keep the ID for every person. Then use color codes for status: red for pending, green for past. Okay, so use color code, because in Excel sheet there are so many facilities, right? You can put the flag also. So in this way there is a best practice for using the requirement traceability matrix and completion of requirement traceability matrix. Okay, these are some best practices. Now let's come to the summary point. Okay, now this summary point. Now see here, RTM ensures traceability from requirements for testing. Yes, absolutely. Helps team validate completeness and correctness. It helps the team to validate that whether the requirement is fully completed. See, if the developer takes the functional requirement document, right, instead of giving the functional requirement document, you should do all these things in this way, that this is the document that you have to open on the same way, whatever it is written, you have to work on that way, you have to develop the things accordingly, right? So this is what is required. So RTM ensures traceability from requirement to testing. Help teams validate completeness and correctness. Must include requirement ID, description, test ID, status, right? These are the things which should be included, right? Requirement IDs, descriptions, test ID, status. Use it during UAT, QA, quality assurance and audit review, right? Actually this requirement traceability matrix is just having the information, right? Let me open that Excel sheet again for you. Look at this, right? There is nothing to that you can say that difficult to understand. No, it's very easy. There is nothing like difficult to understand in this document. Requirement description, what is to be developed, in which document functionality is mentioned, how it looks like, is the work done or remaining, which document should be referred and what to check, that is called test case ID. Okay, then UAT status. Okay, after that remark. What is the final remark? You can do it like this also: priority, the module, the validated by, all these things. So now after that what will happen? Just a second. Yes, then must include requirement ID, description, test ID, status. Use it during UAT, QA and audit reviews. At the time of user acceptance testing, you can show this document that okay, we have done it completely professionally, right? This is your requirement traceability matrix. After that, use it during UAT, QA and audit reviews. A BA and a QA, business analyst and the quality analyst, joint responsibility in all NetSuite or ERP projects. That means the business analyst and the quality analyst, they both are responsible for this, so they both distribute their the responsibility. Okay, and in this way the complete requirement traceability matrix is finished. Now see here, again same thing here. This is the definition. Now usability of requirement traceability matrix in NetSuite project. Okay, what is the usability? Client confidence. Let me make it a bigger. Okay, this is called client confidence. So client confidence, demonstrate transparency and accountability, right? Then internal control, keep the team aligned on what is delivered and tested. Let me show you that again. Suppose if I am having this type of document, so definitely don't you think that I can keep the team more engaged and more focused, right? So once I write the complete requirement description, I will just save that link of functional specification document, then the design reference, then the development status, after that test case ID, then the UAT status, pass or what, right? So in this way you see here, must include using it during UAT, QA and audit review. A BA and a QA joint responsibly in all the NetSuite, right? So let's again see this. And then the UAT and sign off. Internal control is fine, keeps the team aligned on what is delivered and what are tested, what is to be tested. UAT and sign off, used during user acceptance testing and final sign off, right? UAT and sign off. So UAT, right, used during user acceptance testing and final sign off. And then the change management easily identifies impacted areas when scope changes. Okay, so change management means easily identify impacted areas, when scope changes. Okay, so this is all about the creation of what? Requirement traceability matrix, RTM, right? And that is why this is most important, right? You practice it. See, in every, whether he is a developer or whether he is a functional consultant, everyone has to be good in documentation, because documentation is the most important skill. Okay, so guys, my suggestion to you is to watch this video once again if anything is not clear to you, or else you can put the comment in the comment box, right? And tomorrow we will see the UAT, right? Tomorrow we will see the UAT script, test scenario and UAT use case design or test case design, right? So And those who have not subscribed my channel, I suggest them, I recommend them to subscribe my channel so that you will get the notification. Okay guys, today we will stop here, and let's meet tomorrow with some new topics. Thank you guys. Thanks for attending the webinar. Thank you.